Hi, Stephen here. I want to do a quick video book review for this book, Seal of Honor, written by Gary Williams. It is, of course, about this Navy SEAL here, Lieutenant Michael Patrick Murphy. He died in 2005, June of that year, as he and his SEAL team were on Operation Red Wings in the mountains of Afghanistan. They were part of this operation that was hunting a Taliban leader and ended up in a very bad situation, being overrun by about 80 to 100 Taliban fighters. 3 of the SEALs that were on that particular operation gave their lives that day, and then 1 more, Marcus Luttrell, escaped. And he has a book out called Lone Survivor. But this one, Seal of Honor by Gary Williams, is a book that gives a brief biographical sketch of the life of Michael Patrick Murphy when he was a young man and him entering into the SEALs training, and then of course he gives the account of the events of the Operation Red Wings. I really like this book. I would give this book on a 1 to 5 scale about a 4.7, 4.8. The only reason I knock it just a bit is because the author can be a little tedious with some of his details at times, and that's just a personal thing with me. But the substance of the book is excellent. A few things I really like about it. On page 86, you have a quote here from Admiral Olson as he is talking to the Navy SEALs as they're being trained, and I believe this is the officers that he addresses with this, but he says, "Train like you intend to fight. See that you and your men train exactly as if you were doing it for real." And that's one of the things at the Defensive Firearms Association that we absolutely emphasize, that you get as close to reality as possible in your training, because it will then be more reflexive if you find yourself in a situation where you need those skills. Also, on page 93, there is a list of recommendations or advice that is given to the Navy SEALs when they graduate from SQT training. This is Chief Warrant Officer Mike Liu that handed this list out. One of the things I like, this is page 93 of the book, he says, "There is no second place in a gunfight. Winners kill, losers get killed. Fight to win, train to live." Also, he said, the very last point, tracers work both ways. That's true for lasers as well, by the way. Tracers work both ways, lasers work both ways. Also, something very interesting to me personally is the author not only gives the account about the 4 SEALs and what happens with them and a little biographical sketch about them, but also there was the quick reaction force that was sent to try to rescue them when they first called for help. There were 2 Chinook helicopters sent up the mountain to try to help them out. Well, one of those was shot down by an RPG, and he goes through all those men that lost their life on that, which all of them died. But the pilot, Chris Schirkenbach, Chief Warrant Officer 4, he had been stationed at Camp Humphreys, South Korea. Well, when I was in the Air Force, I was stationed there. I was weather with the Air Force. We supported the Army for the pilot briefings and giving base weather and all those kinds of things. But from what I can tell, we were stationed at Camp Humphreys about the same time. I don't remember ever running into him or briefing him, but I just found it interesting. He was there, I believe, about the same time I was. And there's another one in there that was at Camp Humphreys at a different time. But just some of those connections. If you're former military, you may find out that some of these guys crossed paths, or you crossed paths with them at some time. But page 176, it's chapter 18, In the Presence of Warriors. This is Admiral Joseph McGuire at a memorial service on July 8th, 2005, which was just shortly after these Navy SEALs had given their lives. But here's the thing about it. He gives a speech that is absolutely spectacular. Everybody needs to read it. Everybody who believes in warriors or a warrior mindset or has a warrior mindset or wants to instill that warrior mindset perhaps in your children and let them have a glimpse or an idea of what that is about. Again, page 176, Admiral Joseph McGuire. Excellent, excellent speech that he gives here. The book, again, overall, great book, Seal of Honor. Michael Patrick Murphy, Lieutenant, United States Navy, a SEAL who earned the Medal of Honor by his heroic actions on that day in Afghanistan. I recommend it to you. You can find the link on this page to go and buy this book. Would highly recommend that you get it. Thanks. Bye.